is enough said.
Happy Wednesday, Heat Nation. Hump Day. Yo, boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a great start to your day. Staying positive, living your best life. Please join me as together we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. In today's episode, you guys, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Because the Miami Heat have a game tonight, 7:30, against the Golden State Warriors. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a really nice game. It's here at the Kaseya Center. You have the Miami Heat taking on Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and a returning Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, who played 6 seasons in this Miami Heat team. We know all about the drama, how Jimmy Butler left this team. And it was great because last year, in the midst of all that crap we were going through with the losing streak and all that, when Jimmy Butler came to Miami to play, he got that ass stomped. And the Miami Heat got the dub. Now, tonight's going to be interesting because Golden State didn't have Steph Curry the last game. They're going to have him tonight. You never know, though. Orlando did play yesterday. Golden State played yesterday against the Orlando Magic, so this would be the second game of a back-to-back. And as we know from Jimmy Butler in his tenure with the Miami Heat, dude don't really play back-to-back. So I'm sure he'll do it tonight just to be petty because we all know that's how Jimmy Butler is. But I do predict the Miami Heat victory tonight, you guys, because of a few reasons. One, this Heat team is playing with a faster tempo than any Heat team have done in a very long time. They're going to go at Golden State. Norman Powell's going to do his thing. But we got great news because it looks like Bam Adebayo is optimistic that he will play tonight. We may get a returning Bam Adebayo tonight. Now, I'm not 100% on that, but from what the reports say from Ira Winderman, from Ethan Skolnick, from other reporters, is that he is very optimistic that he will play tonight. That is the word. So most likely he's going to return tonight. And you know Bam wants to play tonight's game. He wants to go at Jimmy Butler. You know, I'm not saying there's bad blood there, but the way Jimmy left this Miami Heat team, you know, people don't forget that. It's been a year now, so I'm sure it's not the same type of grudge that was there last year in the last game, but you want to go at Jimmy Butler. You want to remind him what he left. Now, I will say this. The rotation tonight is going to be very interesting because when you look at last night's game against the Orlando Magic, the Golden State Warriors have a lineup consisted of Draymond Green at center, Jimmy Butler and Will Richards starting at the forward, and Steph Curry and Moses Moody starting in the backcourt. So if Bam Adebayo comes back tonight, you guys, I can easily see, like I've mentioned earlier, you know, I think with Bam coming back, you need to have rebounding presence at all times. And if you are starting Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware together, when people come off the bench, that's going to pose to be a problem. So I think the starting lineup to go with tonight is same lineup you've been going with, but instead of Kel'el Ware, insert Bam Adebayo. You have Bam starting at the center, Wiggs and Larson starting in the forward position, Norman Powell and Davion Mitchell starting in the backcourt. That way, off the bench, you have Jaime Jaquez, Kel'el Ware as your two strong-headed presence coming off the bench. When Bam comes out, Ware goes in, your rebounding issue is covered. Nikola Jovic is going to be the tricky one, you guys. He's been playing trash lately, so maybe he might get his same 13 to 15 minutes he's been getting the last 2 games against the Knicks. Maybe he gets more time. Maybe he doesn't play. It's going to be very interesting to see because there's a lot of players on this Miami Heat team that have earned their stripes and earned their positioning. Guys like Pelle Larsson, guys like Drew Smith, guys like Simone Fontecchio. You know, these are guys that a lot of us didn't think was going to get any playing time at all. Maybe Larson, but these 3 guys have flourished in their roles. With Bam coming back tonight, you guys, I see Spo going with the same type of 9-10-man rotation, and it's going to be very interesting. The true question is, what is this rotation going to be like when Tyler Herro comes back? That's going to be the biggest question, because when Tyler comes back, you're going to have a team that's pretty much 11 deep. And it's going to be very difficult to play all 11 guys. So there's going to be players that are not going to be in the rotation at times. 2 guys that I'm looking at most likely, Nikola Jovic and Drew Smith. As great as Drew Smith has been playing, Tyler Herro is a combo guard. So when he comes back, he's going to absorb Drew Smith's minutes and probably someone else's, like a Jovic. You take 2 players on this team coming off the bench that together are averaging about 30 to 35 minutes. they're probably not gonna play. Tyler's gonna absorb those minutes. I think when Tyler comes back, you guys, as great as Davion Mitchell and Norman Powell are doing starting in the backcourt, I don't think Tyler's gonna come off the bench. I really think that it's gonna be Norman Powell and Tyler Herro starting in the backcourt. Now you can get interesting with this. You could start Davion Mitchell, Tyler Herro in the backcourt, and Norman Powell at the 3. Norman Powell did play small forward at times for the Los Angeles Clippers. He can play the position. He's 6'4", so he's a little small. But if you do that, and then you can start Wiggs at the 4 with Bam at the 5, you're going to have Kel'el Ware and Jaime Jaquez coming off the bench. That's going to be a very nice 7-man rotation. And you can flounder around with Larson, Fontecchio, Jovic, you're Drew Smith. You're going to have a lot of flexibility. So I'm really interested in seeing what Spo does with this rotation. I would like Davion Mitchell to continue to start simply because you can take Davion and you can say whoever is the opposing team's best guard, go at him. Because if you have Tyler and Norman Powell starting at the point guard, shooting guard position, you really can't tell one of them to guard the best player. Even though Norman's a better defender, I would prefer Davion. And let's not also forget that Davion is leading the NBA in assist to turnover ratio. He's really stepped up as not only a defensive point guard, but a floor general point guard as well, leading the offense. His shots there, he's just an overall great player and a great Miami Heat culture player. We already have Jaime Jaquez as the 6th man. I think if you relegate Davion Mitchell to a bench role, you're not going to get, everything you can possibly get from him. It's going to be a tricky decision because starting Norman Powell, Tyler Herro, and Davion Mitchell, that's not the biggest lineup out there. But offensively, it can work. This team is number 1 in offensive rating. So if they're just going out there and scoring on MFers, it might work. And then that's the great thing about this lineup, you guys. You can fluctuate. There may be certain nights where you can't go with that starting lineup, where you have to start Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo. That's the great thing about Spo, you guys. He's not dead set on one starting lineup. He's flexible and he goes matchup driven. So I'm really proud of this Heat team, you guys. I'm expecting a win tonight against the Golden State Warriors, but I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you think. You think the Heat are going to get a dub tonight against the Golden State Warriors? What do you think this lineup is going to look like when Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo come back? Do you think Spo's going to go with a 9-man, 10-man rotation, maybe play 11 deep? Let me know your thoughts. Give me lineup rotations, you guys. Appreciate the support. Let me know if you believe Davion should start, come off the bench. I really want to know what you guys think about this lineup rotation because we have a great team. We have a contending team, but Spo needs to figure out what are the right pieces because this team is playing amazing without 2 of your best players. So you need to figure out how that works. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we are literally 16 subscribers away from the big 7,000. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.